Uncle Roger's going to be seeing Chef Wang Gang. We haven't seen him in years. Let's see what he's going to make today. Now, let's get started.
Remember back when Jamie Olive Oil, he crushed tofu and he crushed all Asian people heart. Hiya.
Uncle Roger still remembers that video. I guess that was a sore point with him.
Today we're gonna review Uncle Wang Gang make one of the most famous Chinese dish in the world, Mapo Tofu. Jamie, I know you watch Uncle Roger video now. So let's see how this grandmaster make tofu. Maybe we both learn a few things.
Interesting. Well, today I think all of us are going to learn something new because I've never seen this dish before. So let's see what we're going to learn from Uncle Roger.
Hello， 大家好，我是王刚。本期视频我跟大家分享一道正宗川菜——麻婆豆腐。
首先，我们准备老豆腐400克，将豆腐切成
Look at that tofu chopping.
备用。
Blade straight to palm.
口感厚。
Don't try this at home, okay, niece and nephew.
Well, you can try it at home. It's just that you need to be super careful with your knife because if you have a razor sharp, like sharp knife, you can cut yourself.
切成1.2厘米左右的小方形备用。老豆腐比较香，嫩豆腐口感好，各有各的特点。
Good for tofu. Cube it, don't crush it.
准备略带肥油的牛肉50克。
Okay, beef correct.
剁成牛肉末备。
Nowadays for Mapo Tofu, common to use pork, but authentic Sichuan version use beef.
Now, for anybody that's more of an expert on Chinese cuisine, can you please describe to us down below like how popular pork is in Chinese cuisine? Because in Spanish cuisine, pork is extremely popular, and beef, although we do have it and there are dishes that are quite famous here with beef, is not the #1 meat.
选择稍有肥油的牛肉，口感和香味
Correct.
更好。
Make sure your beef little bit fatty.
准备泡姜15克，切碎。
The chopping so efficient. Ginger, correct? Just so smooth. Look at that scooping.
That's the benefit of working with one of the Chinese cleavers because it's such a wide blade to it. You can use it as a spatula. It's wonderful.
Chili
准
good.
备蒜苗1根，切碎。
Okay, niece and nephew. I know this look like spring onion, but this not spring onion, okay? This garlic leaf, completely different ingredient. Most restaurant in white people country just substitute this for spring onion. Hiya, but that not authentic.
是最后点缀所用。
And why he changed chopping board?
准备麻婆豆腐的刀口辣椒。
First of all, I think he changed the cutting board because of cross-contamination. He was just cutting some beef before. He's going to be adding the garlic a little later on. He doesn't want cross-contamination if that's just going to go on the end as garnish because then, you know, you can get sick.
碗中加入子弹头干辣椒10
Dried
克，
chili good.
加入青花椒5克。
Sichuan peppercorn, correct. That's the most important ingredient for Mapo Tofu. If you don't use Sichuan peppercorn, then you cannot call it Mapo Tofu. You can call it Jamie Oliver Tofu. That's what you can call it. Woo! Yeah! Sichuan peppercorn different from all other type of chili or pepper because it's the only peppercorn that can give you that numb, tingling sensation. That's right. That's why Sichuan is the biggest exporter of lube in the world.
It kind of reminds me to Jack's salad, doesn't it? Like, if any of you guys haven't seen that salad, I am sure that if you taste that, you'd have a tingling sensation in your mouth as well.
It looks horrible, but I'm telling you, Aunt Myrna never has failed me yet. Of course, I don't know if mine came out as good, so.
首先，我们把锅烧热。
Okay, nice wok, nice fire. Oil correct.
油温升至5成热之后，将青花椒和辣椒下锅。
Okay, you put the peppercorn and the dried chili in there to get the flavor to come out. That's called blooming.
And that is a wok station of my dreams. I would love to have something like that one day.
左右。这一步的目的是将干辣椒、花椒炒香炒酥。当辣椒炒制成浅褐色的时候，即可起锅。将辣椒倒在菜板上，先用菜刀压碎。
That's why he changed to plastic chopping board because he crushing chili like this, gonna stain it. Don't stain your beautiful wood chopping board down there. Stain this piece of shit plastic. Nobody care.
然后剁成辣椒面备用。
Fuyo.
在行业之中
What?
称为传统刀口辣椒。
Did it go from chili to chili powder just using knife? Holy shit, that is amazing skill. If Uncle Roger do this, it's gonna take me 2 weeks. But look at Uncle Wang Gang, just use cleaver. Fuck food processor, it's for weak people. It looks so nice and even.
Uncle Roger's probably right. It would take him about 2 weeks to get that consistency. This is why if you don't have good knife skills, if you just put this into a food processor and hit the button a few times, you'll get the same consistency.
That's why he Uncle Wang Gang.
这一步在行业之中称为传统刀口辣椒。
Traditional knife chili. See, in China, they knife chili. In London, they knife people. That's why Uncle Roger opened my restaurant there. Because everybody in London all carrying sharp knife. It's like they're ready to chop spring onion anytime.
I was gonna say something smart, but I best not.
最后再准备几颗永川豆豉。
Okay, fermented black bean.
我们在锅中加入适量的清水，
Water go in.
加入食用，
What he gonna do? Salt. Okay.
将切好的豆腐下锅。
Ah, he blanching tofu. Good. This important step because you blanching tofu. Get rid of tofu that bean smell. White people, when they cook tofu, they always miss this step. They whack it in pan straight away. Take your time to blanch tofu. Why are you in so hurry? Tofu not going anywhere.
The thing is though, Jamie was using silken tofu and he was just crushing it up with his hands in his egg fried rice video.
腥味，当水临近沸腾前，将豆腐倒出沥干水分备用，然后再次将锅烧热。
Now the proper cooking starting.
滑锅，
Oil, of course.
热油倒出之后，加入适量的菜籽油烧热。菜籽油烧热之后，加入猪油10克烧化。
Okay, pork lard for you. Uncle Roger love cooking with pork lard. It's my favorite oil to use because pork lard gives every dish you make more depth of flavor. It's my favorite halal oil, don't worry. Is smoky barbecue pork halal? Yes.
Wait a minute. I thought Uncle Roger's favorite oil to use was peanut oil because if anyone had a peanut allergy, it would basically get rid of them. Yeah, I distinctly remember him saying something like this.
倒出之后，加入适量的菜籽油烧热。
And by the way, we don't call it rapeseed oil anymore. We call it canola oil. Hiya. Rapeseed, just terrible naming, you know? Seed oil already have bad reputation nowadays, and you throw our word in there some more. Hiya. Who came up with this name? Rapeseed. So tragic, this name.
You know the funny thing is that rapeseed oil is typically more used in the UK, and technically speaking, even though they come from the same plant, they are a little bit different. Canola oil has a little bit less erucic acid, so it's a little less bitter than rapeseed oil. And over here in Spain, at least, we don't use canola oil. The most common oil to use besides olive oil to cook with is sunflower oil. So literally anytime that you go to any restaurants or anything, if you see what oil they actually use to fry with, it's typically sunflower oil.
猪油烧化之后，将剁好的牛肉末下锅。
Okay, put the beef in there. Nice, nice.
水分炒干爆香。牛肉末爆香之后，加入适量的豆瓣酱。
豆瓣酱 for you. Correct. That another non-negotiable ingredient for Mapo Tofu. 豆瓣酱 is Chinese fermented bean paste. If you haven't had 豆瓣酱 before, niece and nephew, the flavor very hard to describe. It umami, earthy, little bit funky also. If you never tried before, just go on Amazon and buy a can. But to be honest, nobody just eat 豆瓣酱 straight from jar. It's gonna taste disgusting, but at least you know what it tastes like.
If you haven't tried fermented bean paste before, just keep in mind, you may have bad gas. So if you have a very big meeting the following day, or anything where you're gonna be around a lot of people or something very important, I do not recommend eating it, especially a lot of it, before doing anything important. What was that rhyme? Beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. I forget the name of the rhyme. If anyone remembers the end of the rhyme, write it down below.
准备好的泡椒、泡姜和永川豆豉。
Okay, all the other ingredients go in. Good.
开中小火把辅料和豆瓣酱炒香，爆出红油。辅料爆香之后，
Can smell it from here.
加5克。
Chili powder go in. Good.
That's a lot of chilies. I'm sure this dish is a little spicy.
翻炒均匀之后，加入适量的清水。开大火把汤汁烧开之后，开始调味。
He's making the sauce right now, which is looking delicious. Fiery red.
加入少许的食用盐，
Salt again.
加入味精1克，
MSG for you. But why just 1 gram? Use more. Change that G from gram to gallon.
加入少许的白糖提
Okay, a little bit sugar, correct. But don't add too much.
色，
Okay, soy sauce good.
然后将处理
Most Western restaurants add too much sugar to their Chinese food. Not good.
锅之后开小火烧3分钟，
Okay, tofu in there, bubbling away.
Ooh, it does look very good. I'm sure this is a delicious meal.
豆腐烧至入味之后，开始3次勾芡，
He putting slurry mixture in 3 separate times? That's why he Uncle Wang Gang. You know, most home cook, They just gonna put in cornstarch slurry one time, right at the end, and that caused bad texture. Uncle Wang Gang do it 3 times. The reason quite complex. Let's watch it first. Uncle Roger explain why later.
It gives Uncle Roger a little bit of time to Google it, so he'll know why.
把汤汁勾成薄芡，第一次的水淀粉需要调稀薄一些。这一步勾芡的目的是让豆腐。
Oh, and by the way, cornstarch slurry. It's just cornstarch and water. This one too simple. Uncle Wang Gang so advanced level chef. He don't even bother explaining what it is. Because this too basic for him. Uncle Wang Gang explaining how to make cornstarch slurry is like you explaining how to blink.
Fun little trick you can do with cornstarch. If you add a lot of cornstarch to a certain amount of water, yeah, it has to be a little less water than the amount of cornstarch so it's thicker. You can actually take it into your hand and you have to keep working it so it doesn't just like fall apart on you. But it creates somewhat of like a little putty. And a little trick that my dad used to do was to make a little ball of this and then walk up to me and then just say, James, open your hand. He would put it in my hand because I thought he was going to be handing me something important. And sure enough, as soon as you put it into somebody's hand and you don't move it, it just melts on you. And then you have a bloody little mess that you have to clean up.
淀粉把汤汁勾成薄芡，第一次的水淀粉需要调稀薄一些。这一步勾芡
Okay,
的目的
the
是让
first one is the thinner slurry, correct?
第二次勾芡需要将锅离火，然后再加入比第一次略浓的水淀粉。
Okay, a little bit thicker slurry this time.
把汤汁收紧。第三次勾芡，再次将锅离火，加入比第二次更加浓的水淀粉。
Okay, the third time is the thicker slurry.
目的是将
Good?
淀品收成包芡，然后加入少许的明油即可出锅装盘。
Okay, adding cornstarch 3 separate times. Another classic Sichuan cooking technique. The first time cornstarch liquid go in there, it to protect the tofu. Create this barrier, lock moisture in, keep the tofu tender, keep it not soggy. And second time cornstarch slurry go in, it to thicken the sauce. That's the most common use of cornstarch slurry, to thicken all Chinese sauces. And the third time you put slurry in there is to do final thickening, so there's no more liquid pooling at bottom. See, this so much attention to detail. Most home cook or most shitty Chinese restaurant, they're gonna just whack cornstarch liquid in there one time, right at the end.
My goodness, that was a long-winded explanation. There's a much easier and more direct to the point explanation with this. When you add a little bit of cornstarch in increments, it helps you to maintain control of the thickness of the sauce because you won't know how thick the sauce is going to be until it starts boiling because it will thicken with heat. So if you add it in increments, you have more control.
But what you get there is tofu that too mushy and sauce that too thick. Hiya, texture all wrong.
可出锅装盘。
See, with Mapo Tofu, he just swirling it around. But with fried rice, Uncle Wang Gang punching rice with ladle like the fried rice owe him money. This important cooking technique, you should be gentle to your Mapo Tofu. Treat it like woman, no violence. Compare this to how Jamie cooked. He just poking and prodding and just mashing tofu into sauce. Hiya.
If I didn't know any better, I would say that Uncle Roger doesn't like Jamie Oliver very much. But we know that's not the case. It's just that he's a little upset that it's been how many years that Uncle Roger has been ignored by Jamie? However, didn't Jamie just recognize Uncle Roger in a video?
最后撒上适量的刀口辣椒和蒜苗碎即可上菜。
Okay, put a little bit more of that chili powder in there. Good.
一道典型的川菜。
And the garlic leaf. Looks so good. Look at that color. Uncle Roger mouth-watering watching this. At my London restaurant, we serve Mapo Tofu also. But with a twist. We add one onsen egg on there and some kimchi. It's fusion, done well.
I bet that's spicy too.
White boy, spice was. That is incredibly spicy, though. He's laughing, honestly.
If you guys haven't seen our recent review of Gary Eats, he went to Uncle Roger's restaurant. It was an excellent review. I highly recommend seeing that video after this one.
一道典型的川菜麻婆豆腐就制作完成。
And now they taste test that Uncle Wang Gang family. They got cute auntie and bad guy from Kung Fu Hustle.
好不能。
Let's see what he think.
跟我20分鐘前做生意嘅時候吃那個茅台的人一模一樣，呢個才和我的狗，我也認不得。
What? It fit my taste because my teeth not that good. Hiya, that's not the compliment you think it is. That's like going up to painter and say, oh, I love your painting, it's very beautiful. because my eye not that good.
Or it could be something like the fried rice tastes like tap water.
I taste tap water.
What?
It's not bad.
What that even mean?
很软和。这个为啥子叫麻婆豆腐啊？这个麻
Oh yeah. Why? What the origin of Mapo Tofu? Uncle Roger don't even know.
一个进城的一个人，他有一个意见关键，这个才其实也100多年了。他老婆，就说他老婆嘛，2个里有些麻麻点点，
What?
然后他老婆很擅长于烘那个豆腐，后头人家吃出名气了，就说啊，这个名字就改成陈麻婆豆腐。
What? No.
What an origin story. It's not a pleasant one. This isn't like Caesar salad, if anybody knows the origin story to that. That was because Caesar Cardini ran out of ingredients basically in his restaurant in Tijuana and had to come up with a new salad, basically anything he could get his hands on when he was in the kitchen. And he created Caesar salad, the Caesar salad dressing.
Is that why it called Mapo Tofu? No.
他老婆嘛，2个里有些麻麻点点，他老婆很擅长于烘那个豆腐。
Cooking amazing, but that story make Uncle Roger put my leg down from chair.
Yeah.
That's the origin of the name? So Mapo Tofu literally translate to tofu cooked by the pockmark-faced wife. What the hell? Don't name dishes after your wife acne scar. I hope the wife divorced that guy and then open new restaurant and come up with dishes based on his insecurity. Do it back to him. Oh, welcome to my new restaurant. The main dishes we serving: small thick noodle, receding hairline bok choy, secretly gay fried fish, gambling problem soup, domestic abuse dumpling.
Yeah, except what about the happy ending dumplings that you put on the menu, Uncle Roger, in your restaurant, huh? What about those?
Uncle Roger can go on all day making example like this. But anyway, Mapo Tofu dish is classic for a reason because it's delicious. If you never tried it before, come try it one day at my restaurant. Thank you, niece and nephew, for watching. You two think you're gonna like this video next.
Did Uncle Roger steal my catchline? Check this video out next? Well, in any case, check this video out here next.